second one or the first one? Okay. Uh-oh, I see smoke. I'm doing your cross measurement. Pythagoras. Good? Welcome back, everybody. So normally, as you guys know, I like to do a little walk around intro video to show you what I'm doing for the day. But most of you guys that subscribe to my channel like it because it gives you a little peek into real world conditions, and this is a great example. We've got a truck coming in here in about, actually it should be here any minute, that's gonna start dumping sand. So we hit the ground running this morning. I have got to scoot this seat back. Yeah, someone's got this machine all adjusted funky. Anyway, so what we're doing, this guy is getting a pole barn and we are going to start. Ooh, she's cold. Look at that swing speed. This is a cold morning for this poor girl. So what we're doing is we are stripping all of the organics off of this. So that's gonna be your grass and your topsoil. We're gonna get down to kind of the clay, sandy stuff that's underneath. And my goal is to open this up so that when we dump the sand, we don't waste any, it just goes straight in the hole. So that is why this is your intro video. Oh my Lord, she's cold. Woo, she's slow. And I talked about this in my last vlog series when we were working on that big landscaping or dirt job for that house. You know, these machines, when you start them up in the morning, that hydraulic oil is almost the consistency of honey. And until you get it warmed up, it's just gonna move slow for you. I don't know if you guys could see it when I started digging. We have lines painted on the ground for our outline. And that is what I'm going off of, and I'm gonna dig this just like I would a basement. So I'm gonna open up a corner here, pull a straight line, and then I'll spin around to that other side and pull this line going that way. That way I get a nice clean straight line. Rick's thinking we can knock this out in about 3 days. We'll see what happens. The only reason I'm doing this is just to smooth it out. That way when we put that sand down, we don't get a lot of cross-contamination with the existing soil. This will be a nice flat surface for that sand to sit on, for us to grade up against. Starting to get a little speed now. Alright, I'm gonna put you guys on pause for a minute because I've got to deal with these freaking controls. Someone's got this machine set up all funky. I'll see you guys in a minute. I was unsuccessful, so I'm operating this machine. I feel like this machine was set up for a T-Rex because the freaking controls are so tight into my body. It's very uncomfortable. But there you go, that's real world operating for you. Sometimes you operate with baby T-Rex arms. Like you read my mind, Rick. Yup. Yup. It's like we're one mind. I know. Right? We'll see. I may be a star by then. So what we're going to do is set up on this line and pull this line straight, while also not tearing up this barn. For now, I'm just tossing this out here. We'll come grab it with the skid and get it out of the middle. Our primary concern is just getting ready for that truck. Rolling on this. I know you guys don't particularly love watching me dig for hours on end, so I'll fire you back up when something interesting happens. We will catch you guys here shortly. Catch you on the flippity flip. Alright, we just had our first two trucks show up. We've got a lead and a full train, so I think that was more than Rick was even expecting for our first round. Luckily for us though, I think I've got us plenty of room opened up so they can dump straight in the hole. This is exactly how I would dig a basement. This is, you start on a corner and you work your way around and you get everything you can reach out in the middle. The only exception being in the basement, I wouldn't throw things in the middle of the basement that I gotta move again. But sometimes it can't be avoided. Cap back up here just a hair so I can reach and smooth this for that next truck. Want me to get that middle aisle in there. And I'm catting so far back so I don't mess with my line. I don't want to lose that corner. at there. We're totally prepped. So another tip when you're digging a basement or anything like this where you got a line, dig your line down first. That way you've got a hard edge to hold your bucket in. So let me demonstrate. So had I started over here, I wouldn't have a nice crisp edge over where we're stopping our dig. So if I excavate this first, I fully know that this is going to fill back in when I start digging beside it, but at least now I've got a nice firm edge to hold my bucket on a straight line, and that will give you a really clean edge on your basements or whatever, you know, footings, whatever you're digging. If you've got to go more than one bucket wide, dig that outside edge nice and clean first, because your bucket's going to be held in that trench by the dirt, and then you can start digging sideways and you got a nice clean hole. So now that the truck dumping and all the excitement is over, I'll shut you guys off again. I'm gonna try to get out of the cab if I can get a minute here and set up a time lapse of this whole thing. We'll see when that opportunity presents itself. So yeah, we'll catch you guys here in a little bit. What's going on, everybody? So now that we are in front of the trucks and I've got this all dug out, I can do an official welcome back to the channel video. So welcome back. So today, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but we are prepping for a pole barn. We're basically working on getting the organics out of the hole right now. And then we're going to start throwing down all of the sand that just got delivered, and that's going to be our base. Then once we prep, I think we're gonna auger holes. But to be honest, I talk about this all the time on my channel. You're always learning, right? I've never done pole barn prep before, so this is all new to me. I don't really know what the process is here, so Rick's kind of guiding me through this. He's done a handful of them, so he already knows what's going on. But you're always learning in this industry. Doesn't matter how long you've been doing it, just have an open mind and be ready to learn. So we're gonna learn this together, because I honestly don't know what I'm doing. Right now I'm just gonna blow this sand in about a foot thick. I did want to talk real quick about organics, because so many people that watch my channel aren't in the industry or are new to the industry. What are organics and why do we get them out of the hole? Organics is basically organic matter, which is primarily vegetation, and then topsoil, the kind of sludgy, nasty stuff where you get in kind of boggy areas. Anything that's got organic matter in it, we consider organics. I know that makes a lot of sense. But why do you want them out of the hole? Well, the first reason is, think about some of your softer areas or right after it rains and you go walking across the front yard, what's the first thing you notice? It's squishy. Organic material doesn't have any cohesiveness. It doesn't stick together really well. In fact, it starts to slide around, and it compresses really easy. So, you know, and you put your foot down into it when it's wet and it mushes out on the sides. Well, if it's doing that under the pressure of just your feet, you can imagine what would happen if you built, you know, a couple $1,000,000 building on top of that sort of material. You're going to have weird settling issues. You're going to have issues with possibly the building collapsing. It's really not good. So you always want to get the organics out of whatever you're trying to do, because it makes a horrible, horrible foundation. So let's go to the edge here, and you can see all of this up here is topsoil. And then we finally get down into our kind of clay bed here, that you can see it is a definitive difference in material down here on the floor than it is on the side here. So that's what we were scraping out, and that's just going to give us a really solid foundation for our sand to go on. Sorry, let me spin so you're not in the sun there. So it's going to give you a really solid foundation for our sand to go on, so that when we compact it, you don't have any weird issues going on under the building. So just a real quick overview on why organics are important and why you need to know that term. So I'm going to strap you guys into the skid steer and we'll blow some of the sand in. So we'll see you here in a minute.